sick is all that?
You get back into your bed and stay there.
All right, I'll do it if you just calm down.
I'm calm. Now you do as I tell you. You're a sick man. You're deathly sick.
All right, all right.
Hurry, Ellie, come quick. Uncle Jed's sick.
I'm coming. What can I do to help? You can get them varmints and them critters out of here. Don't you know your pa is sick?
Yes, ma'am, Granny. But don't worry, they won't catch nothing.
Get him out. Get him out. Jethro, you go get me a mud dauber's nest. Some rich weed, some dog banes, some stump waters, dried beetles, and some lizard eggs. I got doctoring to do.
I ain't never known Pa to be sick before.
That man's never ailed a day in his life.
What you reckon it is?
It's city living, that's what it is. There ain't enough outdoors for a mountain man like Jed. They keep filling it up with buildings. First thing you know, all the outdoors is gonna be indoors.
Bluey. Got him, Duke. Nice big fat honker flying south. Bluey. Got us another one. We gonna have goose and dumplings tonight.
Pa?
Just a minute, Ellie. Come in. Come in.
Pa? Pa, I'm terrible worried. You ain't never been sick before.
Don't you worry, Ellie. Ain't nobody better doctoring than Granny.
But Pa, Granny can't find the proper medicine. And you might sink away and pass before she can save you.
No, Granny will pull me through.
I'm scared for you, Pa.
Now, Ellie, don't go to crying. Look, if you can keep a secret, I'll tell you the truth. I ain't really sick. I'm just pretending for your granny's sake.
What you mean?
Well, remember back home how folks was always coming over to our place to let Granny doctor them?
Yeah.
Remember how happy it made Granny?
Yeah, especially if one of them got better.
Yeah, right. Folks out here got city doctors, and they don't need Granny, and she misses it something terrible.
You reckon that's why she's been so down in the mouth here lately?
Of course. You should have seen her when I told her I was ailing. Why, she commenced to bouncing and jumping around, worrying about me being at death's door. I ain't seen her so happy in a year.
Hold on, Jed, I'm a-coming. Hurry with my medicine, Jethro. Jed, I don't want to worry you, but you're an awful sick man.
Granny.
Shh. Save your strength. You're wrinkling awful fast.
Granny, your specs is all steamed up. That's due.
Well, get him off the bed. Jed, I don't want to worry you, but you're an awful sick man.
I know, Granny, but anybody can save me, it's you.
That's the truth. Ain't nobody can doctor like you.
It ain't no credit to me. I was born with the gift.
Here's your medicine, Granny. Hey, Uncle Jed, you don't look sick to me. Hey, come on, let you and me go hunting. Come on. Hey, look, see, Granny, he's dressed to go hunting now.
I'm ashamed of you.
Now, Granny,
Don't you know that every mountain man wants to go to his reward with his boots on and his gun at his side? Now, cover him up. Not all the way. He ain't gone yet. I ain't gonna let you go, Jed.
Thank you, Granny.
Let's get busy. Jethro, get my medical tray and set it on the bed.
Yes, Granny.
Ellie Mae, shut the door and the windows. We gotta trap them city germs that's in here and commence to fighting them.
Yes, I'm Granny.
Jethro, drop this in my boiling water and get my vapors to fusillate them. This is a make-do remedy, Jed. Because Jethro couldn't get me any stump water, dog bane, or lizard eggs.
What is it you're fixing to give me, Granny?
Brand new, Jed. It's in the trying out stages.
Who have you tried it out on?
Well, no human beings yet. Here, Ellie, light the fumigating candles. Jethro, start a fire and throw some of that skunk weed on it. I'll put them germs down with my putting down powder. Nothing can live through this, Jed.
I believe you, Granny.
Granny! You get back to bed, you poor, sick, miserable, frail old man.
Granny, I can't breathe.
That's why I'm doctoring you, you darn fool.
Granny, will you listen for a minute?
You get back to bed. Don't you know that you're at death's door?
Don't hurt him, Granny.
I'll take a club to him if he don't lay down like I tell him to. Go fetch my shoes.
3, 4.
Well, hi, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, good morning, Ellie Mae.
What you doing?
Well, I'm taking my morning constitutional.
You are?
Yes. It's got me in the best shape since my army days. I feel that. And they say bankers are soft, eh?
Well, you sure are nice and soft.
Maybe by mountain standards, I'm no Tarzan. But I assure you, my Beverly Hills physician is going to be amazed when he examines me this morning.
How come?
Because of my condition. You know, every morning I walk all the way from my front door across your lawn and over to that bird bath.
Why? Ain't you got no place to wash up?
How's your father?
Well, right now he's trying to get Granny cheered up. She's been missing the hills back home something awful.
Oh, what's the matter? Is something wrong?
Well, you see, back home, folks was always coming to Granny for doctoring. Nothing pleasures her like telling folks what ails them and what to do about it.
Well, I'll do my bit.
Granny, Mr. Drysdale wants to talk to you.
Yes, Granny, I need your advice and your help.
He's ailing, Granny. Feeling right poorly.
Stick out your tongue. Them city germs.
Yes, I agree. Now, can you help me?
I'm probably the only one who can. Jethro, get him up to the sick room and see that he gets to bed right away.
No, I don't have time for that. Just a little poultice or something I can take with me to the office.
Get him up to bed, Jethro.
No, really, it's not that serious. Besides, I have an examination at 10 o'clock.
You'll get examined when I get around to you. Now get him up to bed, Jethro. And
Yeah,
then you
Granny.
go find me some stump water.
Wait, stop! I haven't got time for this. I've got to get down.
You leave patients. No stump water. It ain't easy being a doctor in Beverly Hills.
Uh-huh. Yes. Fine. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Drysdale. I'll try there. She thinks he may have stopped at the Clampetts next door. You're going to be amazed when you examine the chief.
I am.
He's in splendid physical condition. Been walking every morning.
To the bank.
No, it's the neighbor's bird bath. But it's a nice little jaunt.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Most bankers are soft as marshmallows. Till you try to borrow money from them.
Oh, hello, Granny. Jane Hathaway here. Is Mr. Drysdale there? May I... What? Sick in bed? At your house? Well, I'll send his doctor right over. What's that?
I said he's already got the best doctor in Beverly Hills. Now, excuse me, I'm too busy to talk.
She says he already has the best doctor in Beverly Hills.
I'd better get over there right away. Best doctor in Beverly Hills? How can there be two of us?
What did Jethro do with my clothes?
I only give them to Granny to have them fumigated.
Well, clothes or no clothes, I am leaving.
You ain't got no chance of getting down them steps. Granny watches them like a hawk. Let's go take a look out the window.
Well, it's pretty far to jump.
Well, maybe you can make that limb of that tree yonder.
Well, I'm in pretty good shape, but not that good.
Shut that window! I just had these germs put down. Now you open the window and let them in again.
Well, Granny, Mr. Drysdale feels pretty good. I think maybe he's well.
You get back to bed.
Oh, no, he's right, Granny. I feel wonderful, perfectly marvelous.
Of course you do. I've been doctoring you.
Oh, and you're sensational. You know you've made me well.
I had you well. Then you opened that window and breathed in some more germs.
Oh, no, I didn't. Honest. I opened the window, but I didn't breathe. Oh, I swear it. I held my breath, didn't I, Mr. Clampett?
Granny, I swear I ain't actually seen him take a breath in 5 or 10 minutes.
Lung lock. That got him breathing, but he's still wheezing an awful lot. You get in the bed. Get into bed.
I've got to get to the bank.
You gotta get into bed.
No, really, I can't.
You know that your life is hanging by a thread. Get into bed. Turn fool and lie down. This calls for a different kind of medicine. I'm going down to the kitchen and whomp it up. Neither one of you get a foot out of that bed, you hear me? You just lay there and listen to that music. And be glad it ain't harps you're hearing.
Oh, howdy there. I knowed somebody was coming the minute I heard that music.
Is this the Clampett residence?
Oh, yes, sir.
I'd like to see the doctor that's taking care of Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, yes, sir. Come right in. Hey, Granny, word's getting around. Here's another one.
Howdy.
How do you do?
Well, I see you got your things with you. You figuring on staying for a while?
As long as necessary.
Praise be. Here's one that understands a great doctor and takes a little time.
Thank you.
You? Now, what do you reckon the problem is?
Well, I won't know until I've had a consultation and my own examination is completed.
We're going to get along just fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I'll be taken to the sick room.
Oh, did you hear that, Jethro? Ain't he a joy?
He sure is, Granny.
You make doctoring a real pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now take him up to the sick room, Jethro. I got work to do in the kitchen. I'll be up to see you directly.
Oh, now, you won't have to climb these stairs again. I'll come out to the kitchen and see you there.
Lord love you. You're so nice. You about got me to bawling. But don't you worry. If great doctrine can do it, we'll come through as good as new.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a lovely little woman.
She sure is. Hey, this way to the sick room. Hey, what you got in that there little bag?
Everything I'll need, I'm sure.
Well, that's good, because we're running low on nightshirts. Granny, you know that last patient that was so nice?
Yeah?
Well, he weren't so nice when I asked him to take off his clothes.
Why? What happened?
Well, he commenced to bucking like a steer. Kept yelling for the doctor. But I knowed you was busy, so I just put him to bed and locked the door.
Jethro, let's hurry, Ellie. I gotta pull them 3 back from the brink of the grave. Lizard eggs.
Ain't got none, Granny.
I forgot. Well, give me some gunpowder. Sometimes that works just as good. Ellie, careful. 3 ailing is enough.
Either one of you fellers know any funny stories?
Well, the good doctor there usually regales his patients with a few of the latest.
How about it, Doc?
All right. Have you heard the one about the busy doctor who made a house call? Was seized, forcibly undressed, and thrown into bed?
No, what happened?
Well, his patient was a rich banker. So this busy doctor doubled his fee. And if he has to stay locked up here much longer, he's going to triple it.
I didn't ask you to come here. But if you're going to charge me, then by George, you're going to examine me. So get your bag of tinker toys and get at it.
Show a little more respect for the dignity of the medical profession, shall we?
Hey, what's this, a rubber hammer?
Yes.
Well, I see where it'd be nice and quiet, but I don't see how you'd drive any nails with it.
I don't use it for nails.
Oh, good. What's that thing?
This is a stethoscope. With it, I can listen to the patient's heart and lungs, like this.
Ooh, that's cold.
What'd you say?
I say that's cold.
Jethro, how's Mr. Drysdale? Did the doctor treat him?
Oh, yeah? But there's terrible trouble, Miss Jane. That last batch of medicine blew up and pretty near ruined the whole kitchen.
Medicine blew up?
Well, yeah. My granny said it was mixing the corn squeezins and the gunpowder that did it.
Jethro, would you please explain what you are talking about?
I haven't got time now, Miss Jane. There's 3 sick men lying upstairs in bed, and I got to get these things sharpened so's Granny can go to cutting on them. Well, yeah. Without we got no medicine, this is the only thing that'll save them.
Try to be calm now. Is Mr. Drysdale one of the men that Granny's going to cut on?
Yeah, Mr. Drysdale, Uncle Jed, and the fellow that came last by the name of Clydeburn.
The doctor.
You'll have to wait your turn. I gotta get upstairs and commit whacking on those 3 men that I got up there. Bring my tools, sir.
No, Granny, that's not what you did.
Now, I've had enough fighting with muley patients, more than I can take today. Now, Ellie Mae, you get her out of the way and keep her out.
Sorry, Miss Jane.
You come with me. I don't think Jed will put up a scrap, but them other 2 might have to be held down.
Granny, please come back. I beg of you.
I'll get to you later. I've only got 2 hands.
Ellie Mae, we have got to prevent Granny from operating.
She ain't gonna operate, Miss Jane. She's just gonna whack off some of their hair and fingernails.
Hair and fingernails.
She'll dig 3 little holes in the ground, bury it, say some magic words, and that throws a spell on their sickness.
Yeah.
Ah.
Ah.
Ah. Ah. Say, Doctor, I bet you he could talk a heap better if you took that stick out of his mouth.
Lock it, Jethro. Get back in bed.
You heard her. Get back in bed.
Get this junk off of the bed. I got doctoring to do.
Now, look here.
You heard her. Get that junk off of there.
Those are the finest medical instruments that money can buy.
Thank you. Razor sharp, too. All right, Mr. Drysdale, I'll commence on you.
No, just a minute. What do you have in mind with that knife and those scissors?
Well, I gotta cure you somehow. And without medicine, there's only one way left.
Oh, no. Not me.
Turn him, Jethro.
Madam, I can get you any medicine you require simply by telephoning a pharmacy.
You can?
And they will deliver to your front door.
Oh, that's just dandy. I'd much rather use medicine. It's a lot easier than cutting and snipping.
Exactly what I keep telling my surgeon friends. Now, you'll just lead me to a telephone?
Right this way.
Child's Pharmacy? Petey? Yeah, it's me. Now, look, I'm going to put this lady on. She'll tell you all the medicine she needs. I want you to give her A1 service. Attaboy. Right. I'll go reassure Mr. Drysdale. He seemed a little panicky.
Hello? You got a pencil to mark this down with? All right. Now, I want a quart of good, raunchy stuff water. The kind that's been aged in the wood stuff. It's been sitting there from 30 to 40 days, and it's nice and green. Wait a minute. That ain't all. I want a heaping cupful of lizard eggs, a double handful of dog bane, and a couple of dozen of dried beetles. And I want a mud dauber's nest. And I mean a big one. Don't send me over one of them little 2-holders.
You all right?
Who wants to talk to you?
Yeah, Petey. Now, look, I don't care what she ordered. You get it over here fast. No, this is no gag. Now, look, you pride yourself on having the finest supply of pharmaceutical... Hello? Hello? Yeah, well, I'll call another pharmacy.
Oh, that won't do no good. You just can't buy proper medicine here in Beverly Hills. Jethro!
Yeah, Granny?
I'm gonna have to go to cutting and snipping on those 3 sick ones.
Oh, not me. I'm getting out of here.
Get him, Jethro! Ellie Mae!
Yes'm, Granny.
Dig me 3 deep holes out and back.
Right away, Granny.
How do you feel, Jed?
Better than brand new. Granny, you done some doctoring in your time, but today beats all.
Took a heap out of me, Jed. Especially clipping and burying all that hair and throwing my spell. But I reckon it was worth it.
Yonder comes a living proof.
How do you feel, boys?
Fine, Doctor.
Oh, just fine.
Come back and see me anytime you need me.
Yes, we will.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
You did take considerable hair off them, Granny.
Had to. Their nails were so short.
Well, it's a small price to pay for good.
On purse. Yo, it's a clear blue sky, but without you it's rain and a world full of noise. Your voice is my refrain, day by day, every moment that I'm looking through. All I see, all I dream, all I need is you. I need you like the beat needs a rhyme, like a poet needs pain, to bring his words to life. Every day, every night, through the struggle and strife, you're the light in my fight, the ultimate vibe. I need you like the beat needs a rhyme, like a poet needs pain, to bring his words to life. Every day, every night, through the struggle and strife, you're the light in my fight, the ultimate.
Considered a doctor. But this is Beverly Hills. And you are not allowed to practice medicine here in Beverly Hills. Especially the way you practice it. Cutting off a person's hair and burying it in the ground overnight to cast a spell on his sickness. Now, Granny, this is it. No more doctoring. How's that?
Very good, Chief. Very good indeed. That should stop, Granny.
Fine. Now get up there and tell her.
A square dance? At this hour of the morning?
Howdy there, Miss Hathaway. Come in, come in.
Howdy, Miss Hathaway.
Look who's come out here to help us celebrate the holidays.
Holiday? What holiday?
What holiday?
It's Possum Day.
Remember now?
Of course she does.
Anybody who disremembers ought to be stood up against the wall and shot.
Granny, it just slipped her mind for a minute. It'd come back to her when she got downtown seeing the parade.
Sure it would.
Boy, I can't wait to see that parade.
What time did they hold the Possum Day parade out here?
Hey, I got a swell idea. We can watch it from Mr. Drysdale's office at the bank.
Yeah, it looks right down on the main street.
You get a good look at the possum juggler.
Possum juggler?
Yeah, that's the fellow. We got a good one back home. He can juggle 3 live possums in the air at the same time, whilst the 4th sits on his head and waves a little flag.
How about it, Miss Jane? Can we watch the Possum Day parade from Mr. Drysdale's window?
Oh, well, I'm afraid not.
Of course not. What's the matter with me? They wouldn't have them banks open on Possum Day?
Well, we could just leave early and get good places, couldn't we, Miss Jane?
And until then, we're going to have us a hoedown. Come on, Miss Jane.
I'm afraid I haven't time now. You see, I really came to deliver a message for Granny.
Who from?
Mr. Drysdale.
I reckon he wants to thank you for curing him of his sickness.
Well, it did take a heap out of me, Jed, throwing them spells. What's the message?
Well, Mr. Drysdale says to tell you...
Yes? Well...
He says, Happy Possum Day!
Roy, will you relax? What are you complaining about? She whacked off my hair, too, didn't she?
But I am a doctor. You have any idea what I've been going through this morning?
The lawnmower? Now remember your Hippocratic oath?
I have a few oaths for you that Hippocrates never even heard of. If word gets out that my hair was snipped off, buried by a little hillbilly witch doctor to cast a spell on my sickness, do you think I'd have one patient left?
Yes, I see what you mean. They'll all be going to her.
Drysdale, I am going to the state medical board, and when they get through with that little woman, she won't be able to prescribe an aspirin for her own headache.
Oh, Roy, will you relax? I've already taken care of that.
You have?
My exact words you heard this morning, this very morning, I said, Granny, this is it. No more doctoring.
And what did she say?
Well, I won't know till my secretary gets back.
You sent your secretary to tell her that?
Well, she's much more persuasive than I am. She knows how to handle them.
So do I.
Roy!
Dr. Clyburn to you.
Doctor, I appeal to you as a poor, helpless patient.
You don't even appeal to me as a rich, helpless patient.
if you make trouble for the Clampetts, I'll be facing major surgery.
What major surgery?
The removal of $35 million from my bank. Without an anesthetic. Here she is. Tell the doctor you gave Granny my message. No more doctoring, and she agreed. Well, you heard her. Now get back to your office and forget the whole thing.
I want to hear exactly what you said to Granny and what Granny said to you.
Well, upon my arrival at the Clampett mansion, imagine my surprise to find them arrayed in their Sunday finery and having a square dance. Look who's here to help us celebrate the holiday, exclaimed Mr. Clampett, happily. What holiday? I inquired, innocently. Possum Day, he replied, earnestly. Well, you...
Never mind the Tom Swift dialogue. Did you tell Granny to stop practicing medicine?
Well, not in those words, no.
No, she said it in much stronger language.
Tell me. And without the adverbs, please. I am a busy man. I still have a medical practice, as long as I keep my hat on. Now, what happened?
Chief, are you going to allow him to treat me this way?
No, I'll do it. Now, what happened?
Well, they kept asking if they could watch the Possum Day parade from your window here.
That does it.
Doc, listen.
You listen. That little woman is a menace to the health of this community. She is going to celebrate Possum Day in the clink. Possum Day? Dr. Piper. Doc. Roy, boy, you are constricting my brachial artery with your hemostatic grasp.
What?
Get your cotton-picking meat hooks off my arm.
Look, I'll go see the Clampetts. I'll talk to Granny. I'll give her the message myself. I'll give her an ultimatum.
I'll give you 1 hour.
Oh, thank you.
You are constricting my dorsal metacarpals. What all you got in here, Granny?
Oh, just a few victuals to nibble at the parade.
Any baked possum?
Of course not.
Don't you listen to him, Winder.
Petro, you know it's getting low to eat possum on Possum Day.
Oh, I was only spoofing, Uncle Jed.
You know, maybe we don't need this little ladder at all. Find a good place to park the truck, and we could watch the whole parade right from the truck.
I got a dandy place to park.
Whereabouts, Jethro?
Right smack dab in front of Mr. Drysdale's bank.
Sure that's all right?
Well, sure, Uncle Jed. A policeman, he gave me a ticket and said it was for parking there.
Doggery, that was mighty friendly of you.
I hope you thanked him properly.
Sure did, Granny. Why, he said he was just giving me a $5 ticket this time, but next time he's gonna give me a $10 ticket.
Always remember that, Jethro. Folks appreciate politeness, especially in a young'un. Well, I reckon that's everything. Come on, let's get going.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is the first time we ever watched a Possum Day parade in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I reckon they do it up proper out here.
Oh, hey, Uncle Jed, shouldn't we bring along old Duke?
I don't reckon that'd be such a good idea. What do you think, Granny?
I don't think so. The way he's been eyeing old Wendell here.
It's Miss Jane and Mr. Drysdale.
I reckon they's gonna join us for the parade.
Wait! Wait!
Oh, thank goodness we caught you.
Get in. Where are you going?
We're gonna watch the Possum Day parade from your bank.
Well, I'm afraid there's not...
Granny, Mr. Drysdale has something very important to discuss with you.
Well, can he wait till after the parade?
Yeah, we don't want to miss the possum juggler.
That's the best part of the parade.
But there isn't going to be...
I believe the medical crisis can't wait, not even for 1 hour.
Oh, yes. Granny, may I speak to you alone?
Oh, yes, you go on inside. I'll be right in. It's Doctor, and he wants to talk to me about Edith.
That's right, Granny.
No wonder he didn't want to talk out here.
We ain't gonna be late for the parade, are we?
No, Ellie.
But the morning's going fast.
In all the history of Beverly Hills, there has never been a Possum Day parade in the morning.
That's the trouble.
Granny, I don't know exactly how to say this. I hope you won't be upset.
Now, when you've been a doctor as long as I have, there's nothing you haven't heard. Say, Pet does look a little raggedy, doesn't it? You better come on out and let me whip you up a poultice for your head.
No, please. No more medicine, especially not today.
Mr. Drysdale, a doctor's duty never stops, even on Possum Day.
Granny, that's what I'm here to talk to you about. You see, cutting off a person's hair and burying it in the ground to cast a spell is not the approved method of practicing medicine here in Beverly Hills.
I don't like it myself, but not having the proper medicine, I had to make do with old-timey ways. But I got enough for a poultice for you.
No, Granny, I'm sorry.
You'd like to have your hair back, wouldn't you?
Well, not after it's been in the ground overnight, no.
I mean to grow back.
Oh, it will. It'll probably take a month or so.
Not if I make you one of my hair-growing poultices.
Granny, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You cannot do that anymore. Not out here.
I can't, huh? Jed! Come in here!
Oh, please, please, don't go back home. Don't leave Beverly Hills. We'll work out something.
Yeah, Granny?
Remember I whacked off Jed's hair clear across the back there?
Yes?
Show him what my hair-growing poultice did for you, Jed.
It's a mite ragged. It ain't been trimmed yet.
Why, that's impossible. You can't grow hair like that overnight. Ow! It's real. It's actually growing right out of his scalp.
That's what Granny's poultice does. It just draws the hair right up through your hide.
Kept yours on a mite too long, didn't you, Jed?
I notice slept in it.
Mayor, Your Honor, it doesn't have to be a big parade. No, just a high school band, a few horses, a few banners. My secretary's looking for a possum juggler. He's a possum juggler. Yeah, he juggles 3 live possums the same as... Hello?
Oh, Dr. Clyburn, what a pleasant surprise.
What's that?
Oh, muscle spasms. That's what I meant by pleasant surprise. I was afraid I'd have to hobble all the way to your office.
Don't do that. It might get worse. Here, let me see your foot.
Oh.
Don't do that.
Oh, but Dr. Clyburn, I assure you, Mr. Drysdale is not in. See? Told you. Not here.
I wish I could stay out of my office. Have you any idea how it destroys the confidence of a patient to be examined by a doctor who keeps his hat on? The patient gets the feeling things aren't going well. The doctor's ready to skip out of town.
Well, Dr. Clyburn, everyone knows you're the finest doctor in Beverly Hills.
Now, don't try flattery on me. Now, what about Granny?
Oh, that wasn't
I
flattery.
didn't say it was. I just said don't try it. Now, what about Granny? Did Milburn speak to her?
Absolutely. I drove him there myself.
Did he lay down the law, tell her no more doctoring, or did he chicken out as usual?
Oh, Mr. Drysdale is not one to chicken out. He has an excellent war record.
Yes, I've heard it.
I resent that, Clyburn. I'll have you know I was decorated.
Yes, and I see you're still wearing it. What is that?
What? Oh, this. Well, my head was cold.
I presume that's why you were hiding under the desk?
As a matter of fact, it is. Now, I'm busy. Get going.
What about Granny?
I took care of Granny.
I want the truth.
What shall I do, swear in my honor as a banker?
No, I want the truth.
You don't have to worry about Granny. Now, go back to your own office. I'm busy.
Well, I am running late. But if I hear as much as one rumor about Granny...
Oh, howdy there. Hey, thanks both here, Granny.
Ain't this a stroke of luck? First we find the bank open so we can watch the parade from the window, and now here's Mr. Clyburn. I'm going to send your hair-growing poultice over by Miss Kane.
Hair-growing poultice?
Say, yours is coming along just fine. I made yours a mite looser because I didn't know just when you were going to use it.
So you're still making medicine?
I'm a doctor, ain't I?
Better run along, Roy. Your patients are waiting.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is much more important.
You heard him. Poultice him, Jethro.
Yeah, Granny.
Please, wait. No.
Better fetch a towel or that man's gonna have an awful hairy forehead.
take back home with me?
None that you didn't bring with you. I don't want nothing around that's gonna remind me of this miserable place.
Well, how about my skunk? He won't take up no room.
Leave him here.
Well, he might get kind of lonesome. They ain't got many skunks in Beverly Hills.
There's plenty of the two-legged kind. Like that ungrateful, good-for-nothing Clyburn feller.
Say, Granny, it's coming on for nightfall. What you say we all get a good night's sleep and we start out for home first thing in the morning?
I ain't spending one more night in this Beverly Hills, and that's that. I'm going back home, where folks appreciate you doctoring them back to health and POTUS hair on their heads.
That Clyburn fella was plumb ungrateful, was he?
Downright nasty. Why, he's claiming that he wasn't even sick when he came here yesterday. He says that Jethro put him to bed against his will. Why, he's even claiming that he's Mr. Drysdale's doctor.
You don't say.
I cured them both. Now he's wanting all the credit.
Granny, let him have the credit.
It ain't that, Jed. But it's the meanness of the man. Why, he yanked my POTUS off his head and throwed it out the window. Then he poked his finger in my face, and he says he's gonna get after me with a doctor's board.
What's a doctor's board?
I don't know. But it must be big. He says 4 doctors sat on it. That's when Jethro came in. Right, Jethro?
Yes, sir, Uncle Jed. I said, you take a board to my granny, and I'll bust it over your head. I don't care how many doctors is sitting on it.
Well, I reckon he was considerable provoked to see that. I was pretty provoked myself, waiting outside.
Why, what happened to you?
Well, as you know, this policeman give Jethro here a ticket for parking in front of the bank.
A $5 ticket.
Well, when a policeman come by and tried to give me another ticket, I said, no, thank you, we already got one. It's all the same to you, I'll take the money. Well, he commenced to mean-mouthing me, and I said, now, hold on there. If that's the way you're going to be, we won't take your money or your ticket.
What'd you say to that?
He asked me if I want to come down the station with him, and I said, no, I don't want to miss the Possum Day parade.
Well, what did he say to that?
He said there wasn't no Possum Day.
No Possum Day?
That's what he said.
These folks don't appreciate nothing out here. Jethro, you call Mr. Drysdale at his bank, and you tell him to send over your Uncle Jed's $35 million right away. We want to take it with us.
But Granny, $35 million in cash. You can't possibly. You want it in what? Nickels, dimes, and quarters. Hello? Hello? Granny? Hello?
Well, the Possum Day parade's all arranged. First thing tomorrow morning. Let's see, we're going to have an elephant.
Too late, Chief. The Clampetts are leaving.
No.
The Knights.
No.
And taking their money.
No.
I thought I'd drop by on my way to the medical board. They'll have my report in case Granny tries to practice medicine again.
How many doctors did you say were on that board?
4, all top men.
Well, you're going to need all 4.
Oh, Chief, remember you're a bank president. Allow me to hit him.
Now, what's the matter with you two? Look, Milburn, aren't you content just to look like an idiot? You have to act like one, too. And will you take off that silly-looking baby bonnet?
Hair.
Chief, you've got hair.
Hair where?
Of all places, on your head.
Granny's poultice.
It works.
Look who has hair. And who has
Impossible. It is a medical impossibility to so stimulate the cranial integument as to produce in a few short hours more than a microscopic filamentous outgrowth of modified epidermic tissue known as hair. She did it. That little hillbilly witch doctor did it.
Come, Chief. Grab your coat and get your hat. There's still time to stop them.
I won't do it in that step.
Please, Granny, I need my hair. You can't refuse me. You're my doctor.
Hey, Granny, guess what? They do have Possum Day out here. They just celebrate one day later than we do.
Yeah, and they're going to have a parade tomorrow morning.
And Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane say we can all be in it.
And them too.
We might even let him in it.
I played bass drum in the Harvard band.
I was once a drum majorette.
It would be a bit of a shame to have him march in the Possum Day Parade looking like that.
Yes, it would, it would.
All right. I'll make you a poultice and you can sleep in it tonight.
Thank you.
Dandy parade, ain't it, Granny?
All except the possum juggler, sorriest I ever seen.
Well, she's doing the best she can.
I bet you by next Possum Day she'll be good enough to lead the parade.
Yo, this a dash or race out of this maze. Feet on the pavement, hearts ablaze. Got my mind on the exit, no time to phase. Escape the routine, these endless days. Chasing freedom like it's just a breath away. Dodging shadows in the alleyways. Life's a game and I ain't here to play. I'm sprinting for the sunrise, out of the gray. Run, run, gotta get out, gotta find my route. The city's a trap, but that there's no doubt. Run, run to the end till I shout. I'm free at last.
Get going.
Man, it ain't even daybreak yet.
Earl, did you have to crow this early?
You did fine, Earl. The early bird catches the worm. When we plow up that front yard out there, you're gonna be up to your wishbone in them. You'll start plowing the first light of daybreak. Shame on you. City living has made you soft and lazy. Now get to your feet before the whole morning is wasted. It's already past 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock's powerful early.
No, not when you have the whole front yard to plow, and corn to plant, and taters, and turnips, rutabagas, and onions, and oats, and barley, and watermelon.
All right, Granny, all right. Now, you get in the kitchen and get some breakfast on the table, and we'll be in directly.
See that you do.
Let's eat us a good big breakfast, Jethro, because you and me are going to be pulling that plow.
Paul?
No, Ellie, now, I know you're strong and you're willing, but this here is Beverly Hills, and just wouldn't look right for a young, pretty girl to be pulling the plow.
No, Ellie. Uncle Jay, what Ellie's trying to tell you is that we went out last night and got a mule to pull that plow.
You did?
Well, yeah, like you were saying, this here is Beverly Hills, and we got to keep up appearances.
That's right. Where is it?
Well, it's tied to that big tree out back.
Well, Jethro, you didn't look too happy there, so I bedded him down.
Good girl, Ellie.
I didn't see no mule laying on the floor. Couldn't have seen a mule laying on the floor. There ain't no mule to see.
How's it going, Granny?
Oh, just fine, just fine. Ted, did you notice anything unusual about the kitchen this morning?
Nope. Unless you mean that mule sleeping on the floor over there.
Oh, praise be, Jed. I thought I was having visions. Who brought him in here?
You know as well as I do who's always bringing outdoor critters indoors.
Well, see if you can get him back outdoors again. I don't cotton to mules laying around my kitchen. Tain't neat.
I'll take care of him. Now then, young feller, if you'll just come along with me quietly.
Don't rile him, Jed. I got kicked by a mule once. I want to tell you, it's smart.
Granny, can I help you?
You can help your paw get that mule out of here.
You sure can. You won't move for me.
Well, y'all just stay here and I'll talk to Nelson.
Nelson?
Come on, Nelson.
If she could just talk to folks the way she talks to critters, we'd have us a politician in the family.
Get that mule bed out of here and wash up for breakfast, all of you.
Looks like a good, strong mule, Jethro. I hope he's broke the plow harness.
He's taking to it real good, Uncle Jed. I bet you we can plow up that whole front yard before noon.
They wouldn't. They might.
Well, come on, let's get around front with the plow.
They are.
Haw, mule, haw, haw, yeah.
Mr. Clampett! Mr. Clampett, wait!
Bringing the plow. Want me to stick the rest of these in the ground for you?
Yes, Ellie. This being the dark of the moon, we'll plant the things that grow underground first, like our taters and our turnips and our onions and our beets and our radishes. Then comes the light of the moon, and we'll plant our corn and our beans and our tomatoes. Well, I spoke too fast. He ain't only willing, he's anxious.
Howdy, Mr. Drysdale. Is them your work clothes?
So, Ellie, and just because you're such a nice neighbor, I'm gonna let you plow the first furrow. But unless you've got tough feet, you better put on some shoes.
Granny, Ellie, please.
He is anxious. I'll go see what's holding up the men folks with the plow.
It ain't no use, Uncle Jed. This here mule's done made up his mind. He gonna sit for a spell.
Yeah, knowing mules like I do, we might as well set for a spell, too.
You know something, Uncle Jed? He's smarter than us. This sitting beats plowing any old day.
No wonder we ain't getting any work done. I ought to take a switch to the three of you, sitting back here hiding and loafing.
He's the one that's loafing. Ain't a thing we can do till he gets his fill.
I'll see about that. Here, Jethro. Mr. Mule, what did Ellie call this thing?
Nelson.
Mr. Nelson? Nelson? Now, you get up off of your big fat tailgate and commence to pulling that plow, you hear?
It's gonna be a real battle of wills.
I'm betting on the mule.
I ain't so sure. If there's anything muleier than a mule, it's Granny.
Granny?
Ellie Mae, you busted the spell. Another minute and I'd have had that fella buffaloed.
What's the trouble, Ellie?
Mr. Drysdale said if we go to plowing up that front yard, a whole neighborhood will come storming over.
Well, that's dandy. We got enough work for all of them.
Well, I think you better have a talk to him, Granny. Sure is stirred up.
All right, but you get that mule on his feet.
Nelson balking again, is he?
That's a fact.
got their mule.
You wouldn't understand, Jethro. It's mule talk.
I bet your granny'd understand it.
Hold on there! What the hell are you doing?
Granny, you can't grow things like turnips and onions here in front of the house.
That's turnip and onion soil if I ever tasted it.
You can't grow anything. There's a zoning ordinance here.
Now you tell me. I already swallowed it. Bless you.
Thank you. Granny, you don't
Bless you again. You better get some shoes on your feet.
Hi, Mr. Drysdale. Hey, Ellie got the mule up, Granny, and Uncle Jed will be here with the plow directly. Bless you.
Oh, I've got to get home and get some clothes on or I'll catch pneumonia. Promise me you won't do anything until I get back.
I've waited as long as I'm gonna wait. Jethro, you take him in the house and put some shoes on him and some dry clothes.
Okay, Granny. Come on, Mr. Drysdale.
No!
Hey, you better never say no to Granny unless your hide wants standing.
Drysdale or no Drysdale, I say let's commence plowing.
Well, you promised him he could dig the first furrow, Granny.
I reckon that is a thrill for a city feller. We could wait a mite longer.
Yonder comes some more help.
What in the name of Secretary Freeman are you doing?
Fixing to plow and plant. What does it look like we're doing?
That's what it looks like you're doing. Oh, thank goodness I got here in time.
You city folks are willing, but you sure don't know how to dress for plowing.
Does Mr. Drysdale know about this?
Oh, yeah, we was waiting for him to plow the first furrow.
And we ain't gonna wait much longer.
Granny, yonder he come.
Don't start yet! Don't start! Don't start yet! Don't start!
It is Mr. Drysdale.
I reckon he ain't done much plowing or he wouldn't be so all-fired anxious.
Miss Hathaway, I'm glad to see you.
But, Chiefy, you can't plow up this front lawn. There's a zoning ordinance here.
I figure a little fertilizer will take care of that.
Have you taken leave of
Oh,
your...
shut up! I have no intention of plowing up this lawn, nor have allowing the Clampetts to do it.
What did you say?
Now, Granny, Mr. Clampett, let's all go into the kitchen, sit down, have a nice cup of coffee, and talk things over, eh?
That's a city farmer for you. He ain't turned one spoonful of dirt, and already he's tired.
Mr. Clampett, as your friend and neighbor, I beg you, I implore you, let me explain the whole thing.
Well, while you two are jawing, I'll be plowing. Ellie Mae, pull up them markers. I'm going to start to work. Yeah, fuel. Ha! Let's go. Here he goes again. Ellie Mae, get that Beverly Hills jackass on his feet.
Should I, Paul?
Well, Mr. Drysdale seems right in earnest. Reckon a little confab first won't hurt nothing.
Granny, may I give you a lift to the door?
Yeah, take them. These the lazy ones.
Well, now, as I was saying, that piece of ground out front is the best on the whole place for gardening. It's nice and level, it's got no stumps or brush to clear, it's handy to the house, and it's handy to the street. So as Granny can set up a little stand and sell some of the stuff she growed. Well, I reckon Mr. Drysdale got up a mite too early for a city fella. Ellie Mae, give him some more coffee.
Mr. Clampett, your neighbors in this lovely and exclusive section would never accept such action. They would originate petitions, they would bring legal proceedings, they would take every means to protest vigorously and vociferously.
You mean to get him riled?
Exactly.
Well, now, we sure don't want to do nothing to rile the neighbors, but Granny's powerful set on plowing and planting that piece of land out front.
Mr. Clampett, I will explain to Granny that in addition to the aesthetic depreciation and the local hostility that would obtain, the net results in volume of produce weighted against value per acre would make the entire venture economically unfeasible.
Well, if you're going to explain it to her that way, I might just as well start plowing.
You gonna tell Ellie to get that mule up, or am I gonna have to start turning that ground by hand?
Granny, just bank your fire for a minute.
Ain't you done jawing yet?
No, not quite.
What time is it?
Almost straight up for 9 a.m.
Hear that, kid? We've done wasted the whole day.
Hey, pour your granny a cup of coffee.
You want to do your granny a favor? You get that four-legged friend of yours to pull in the plow, like he was paid his bucket of oats to do.
Granny, a dashing without Paul tells me it's all right to do.
Are you going to tell her?
Not right this minute. Now, sit down.
Setting is for hens, not for farmers. Now, I'm going out there and look that mule in the eye till he does my will. And I want to warn you, Jed Clampett, you're going to own a mule with a powerful headache and a broke spirit.
I hope your field trip idea works. That little woman out there is harder to convince than a bank examiner.
Don't worry, Chief. I shall carry the message to Garcia, or in this case, to Granny.
Well, I'll change clothes and get down to the bank. Lots of luck.
Now then, shall we put Granny in the front seat with me?
Well, I kind of favor the back seat twixt Jethro and me. I figure maybe we got the best chance of holding her in the car.
Yeah, because Granny ain't gonna take this sitting still.
That's a fact.
Well, I got her hat and a reticule. Granny won't go no place without she totes a reticule.
How far is it to the place we's going, Miss Jane?
Oh, it's about an hour's drive from here.
That's gonna take considerable holding.
It sure is, because right out there is two of the stubbornest critters that ever faced off.
You're getting a headache. You're getting a headache. You better, because I sure am.
Come on, Granny, we's all going for a ride.
Well, if that don't take the roof off in the barn. Loafing isn't bad enough. Now it's joyriding on plowing day.
It ain't exactly joyriding, Granny. We got something to show you.
Indeed we have, Granny. This will be a ride you'll never forget.
That's for sure, because there ain't going to be no ride to remember.
The pleasure is considerable if you come, Granny. Miss Jean's going to show us all about gardening and crop raising.
That'll be the day when a city woman can show me.
Jethro, I reckon in order to save time and palaver, you'd best fetch Granny along.
Granny, you know I got to do whatever Uncle Jed says.
Now, you have yourself a good time till we get home. There's lots of food and water. And you can go for a swim in the cement pond if you want to.
Unnecessary it is to plow and plant. Look out there. These people make farming their life's work. By their efficiency and modern methods, they raise better crops and more of them than you and I could ever hope to.
Speak for yourself, city woman.
Now, there ain't nobody so wise that they can't learn something new.
Well, don't expect me to learn them. Look at them, planting corn at the dark of the moontime. I'd like to see their faces when nothing comes up.
Granny, the modern farmer is so efficient that each one feeds 28 people.
Now, you hear that, Granny? You don't want to put men out of work with families that big.
How come we stopping here, Miss Jane?
We's only a half a mile from home.
We got plowing to do.
Granny, ain't you convinced yet?
Precisely why I stopped you, Mr. Clampett. I have something else to show Granny, and I think you'll find it very rewarding.
What's that mean?
I think it means you're gonna get a reward.
In that case, get out of my way.
Now, Granny, while the others are exploring the rest of the market, I want to show you how unnecessary it is to plant a garden. Look, could you grow a watermelon like that?
That's a watermelon.
Yes.
Back home, that'd be a cucumber.
Serious.
But I must admit, that's the biggest cockleburr I ever did see.
Granny.
I'd sure hate to comb a mess of them out of a mule's tail.
Granny, this is a pineapple all the way from Hawaii. In fact, there are fruits and vegetables here from all over the world. Come on. Ah. You know what this is?
It looks like a hairy hickory nut. Ooh. It's looking back at me.
This is a coconut from the Philippine Islands. And over here are bananas from Central America, and here are nuts from South America.
Well, that's one thing they don't have to bring to California. Nuts.
Granny, you just won't take me seriously, will you?
Well, everything's so mixed up out here. It's got me discombobulated. Now, everybody knows that you plant turnips on July the 25th. But out here, you can't tell the difference twixt July and October.
Well, why bother to plant them all when the best in the world are here at your fingertips? Look at these turnips.
Well, now you got me beat. I once growed a double turnip, but I never pulled 4 out of one hole.
Well, Granny, how'd you like the trip?
I liked it fine.
Wasn't that supermarket an eye-opener?
Best fiddle store I ever did see.
Wonderful.
Now let's get busy and start plowing.
But, Granny, I thought you done give up the idea of growing your own victuals.
I did, till I went through that thing they call the checkout stand where you pay for what you got.
Well, I went through one of them. I thought it was pretty fair.
Well, by diggies, when I can't buy a sack of victuals for $5,000, then I'm going to start growing my own.
$5,000?
Cold cash.